Oh no.
Wait. All right. Wait. Oh, we're back. Hello, gang, gamers. I guess we're back. Hello.
Oh, we lost Superman.
Yeah,
we only had him for like 2 minutes. He's gonna go save the world.
So we were in the process of talking about how our good friend, our good friend, Greymon X. You know, the game has sped up a lot. Everyone's reducing play costs. Sakuya's basically not even paying their Evo cost at this point. So I think Greymon, who, you know, Omnimon, Agumon and Omnimon, they're not even using Greymon anymore. So that reduction's really not even that big a deal. So after talking to a bunch of people, it is of the jury's opinion that Greymon X antibody should come off of the limited.
I agree.
And we should send him to super hell. Get him banned to 0.
Did someone say super hell? Turn that C into a H and get up on the hopium. We'd never make Digimon worse on purpose. Hey, it's me, Superman.
Hi, Superman.
Yeah, we redid this bit. It was way funnier the first time.
Yeah, guys, I had to. The Twitch exploded.
Yeah, hopefully we're back, but at the very least it says.
Lex Luthor hit it with the kryptonite beam.
Yeah, he does that. He's a bad dude. Hey, I love this darn dinosaur, but he is a bad man.
But trading, guys, tradings exists. That means it's fine, right? Tradings exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tradings is just kind of but better.
Those are equivalent, I think. They're the same, in fact. I remember reading the same words.
They do, in fact, do the same thing. Ignore Cool Boy still existing with this card being an X antibody.
Ignore EX10, which comes out in like 4 weeks and has a taunt on a level 5 compared to 2 for 1.
Yeah, the inclusion of new Agumon cards really just like make this one. He can never come low. If you really want reduction, play Deltamon. Just deal with it.
Play bad.
Yeah. Oh, enjoy your slop, piggies.
But yeah, if you still think that this card can come back, I'm
Bye,
sorry.
Man.
Yeah, see you later, Tom. Be good for Christmas.
Will do.
Yeah, guys, Superman was in the courthouse a second ago. It was crazy.
You know, I've never seen you and Superman in the same room.
Yeah, I don't. He doesn't. It's weird that he would be in Indiana. It's a lot of that. He's got some work to do around here.
Guys, I'm so sick of hearing people on any like internet forum or whatever. Reddit is like the worst offender, but you can go like, "Oh, guys, Greymon X can come back. It's fine. It's not as good as it used to be. Greymon's not doing anything. It will do stuff if it comes back.
Yeah,
it's just not had like sort of good support."
Why did the rowing team stop rowing as quickly when we took the oar away? Wow, what a question.
Yeah,
would you believe
they got the little Agumon that's going to be at the front going?
Yeah, I got nothing for. The other thing is like, even in a context where some of the other things we've talked about get hit, there is a new Agumon that returns specifically virus Greymon pieces back to your hand at start of main, and like it's very good, irrespective of the context of what it's already doing here. Do I have full copies of Export? Yes, I certainly do. Thank you very much for asking. I played them with my Black Greymon list back in the darn day. Yeah, you know what? I think Superman has his as well, but I wouldn't know. I don't know what he does for a living. Can't imagine he makes that much money. Guys, if you thought that we were going to put this card back to 4, you ain't been watching the show. We are no good, nefarious, misinformation peddling swindlers. But this is the only lie we're not telling today.
But yeah, this was a fun one. This was supposed to be the bait and switch, and this guy, he's hung out with a bad crowd. Like he, at heart, he's a good kid, but you know, I don't know, the prophecy or the Bible said that the forbidden fruit, and he has eaten so much of it, so much. Like you could extract it from his. So we have to put him down. Well, we don't have to, but wouldn't be opposed to it.
We'd
I
like to.
think I mentioned at the start that I don't think Growlmon X is the most overpowered of the cards we would talk about today, but I think he's the right hit. I think this card is legitimately broken. It went from balanced in the context of the formats it saw playing originally to scrambles existing, to recursive level 3 free playing. They used to stop saying, back when you used to free play these little guys out, they used to say without their on play. That is no longer the case. Some of these cards trigger unconditionally, fully with no problem. If your fake armor purge Growlmon goes in and chips, sometimes it comes back and attacks. This thing lets you bioemerge into any Gallantmon, ignoring the requirements of needing rush. They've been printing design space around doing that. This card has left containment in a way that I think they didn't anticipate with how Digimon changed in 2 years. And it's a challenge. Do we think it'd be okay if he cost 5? I think he would be okay if he cost 5, but it wouldn't change the decks he's broken in right now.
Yeah.
Like if he cost 5 and you couldn't free play him off the engines that are good, it wouldn't matter.
That's
like
the thing.
Purple
The
and
5
red,
cost
honestly.
only would matter if you took Grab Crush away so they couldn't Grab Crush to the memory they need.
Yeah.
Took Growl X away so the 5 doesn't matter. And then you get 1 for free off of Mega, where the 5 cost doesn't actually change anything. So I feel like the 5 cost is kind of like a band-aid fix on like a missing.
I think the final piece of the puzzle that really, like, this card can't exist with other stuff anymore is TDID. I think the Digimon I designed represents future design space consumed in a way that's not really fair anymore. If this card exists, you can make any Growlmon kind of for the future of the game's life. So it starts a chain that like knocks on in a weird way. If it was one of its colors, maybe there was a world that was fair. If it didn't evolve over Gigimon for 0, maybe there was a world that loss of pace mattered. But like, to be honest with you, it wasn't the best designed when the mill WinCon was what we were doing. So
another case of analog youth as well, where it's also just crept up in other random purple decks, well, not random purple decks, but like good purple decks to close out games because they could just print add amount of memory. Like it popped up in Levia, it's popped up in purple hybrid as well.
Not even
I guarantee
now, like the game, if you play any form of like mid range,
I saw one
20 between both players. Like I got hit with it in Hero because they're a red pile because the game lasted more than 4 turns, so there were 20 cards in trash. Oops, I guess I died from a memory. Not bad.
I saw one in Machine Dramon. Like,
yeah,
you'll fill the trash. You got time. Yeah, it's it left its identity of needing to have a full trash mattered in the mill win cons, but it is not a generic enough. Sorry, it's too generic an interaction point for this card to stop seeing play in other things generically. If it worked and you were like, seriously, maybe if this card said you had 15 Growlmons and Gallantmons in trash, you gained rush or something like that, that would be fine. It would at least do something to restrict it. And that 15 is a number that's too big for like just level 3s and 4s. But even then, I'm like, is it worth like, if you get rush and then you biomerge for 0, maybe you should be biomerging into a rush Gallantmon that they're designing intentionally for that purpose, just as a thought. So I think there's aspects of this card's lifespan that have been weird too.
Think about it this way.
Mervamon used this, man.
Got a card that reads, take a free security. That card costs 6. You could also play 2 Rush Guild. And so I don't know. I putting 5 play costs on this genuinely would fix that issue, but it wouldn't fix all of the other implications.
Yeah.
There's also. Sorry, go on, Tom. You finish.
I was gonna say, I think if they hit this and not Growlmon X, I think the archetype as a whole falls off for about 6 months. I think you still have to hit Growlmon X, but when it's a bad aggro deck and like a good mid-range control or combo deck, I think it gets better again eventually. But if they hit Growlmon X, I think this card would be nerfed in a way right now that it wouldn't see as much play, and it would no longer be like keeping the eye on like the discard pile working this extra lethal range. but this card will get another shot. It's not, if it doesn't go with Growlmon X, you'll see it again one day soon.
But I kind of disagree there in the sense that I think if you hit this and not Growl X, the Growl X powers just go back to playing Meggy and Analog Youth, and then rather than floating into rush bodies, they float into draw cycles and then refresh the raising area, and then just went from that sort of point, and then their end game becomes float into War Growl, Teeded into Rush Gallant. What I will also say is that I think if this bean needs to hit at 0 rather than 1, because if Growl X and Gilmon are at 1, there is still that risk of stat factor where people will cycle so many cards by nature of them being, a purple that will cycle cards for days. You only need to find this Gilmon in trash once, and it's loopable.
And that can sometimes be put it on a rookie trash.
Yeah.
One thing that is really interesting though is like, even if you hit this to 0 and you left Growl X, in theory, Ginkaku on promote is a 1-cost Evo over your Growlmon. So if you needed back into a Growlmon and spend low cost of 1 memory.
God, Purple's such a mistake, bro. What were they doing?
Yeah. I think at least the prerequisite of using Teeded as like a combo piece is intentionally thoughtful design. And so I wouldn't cry over that. But it's not a tall enough fence to jump yet. They gotta make you work for it a little. I shouldn't really be losing to 2 level 4s hitting me in the head that spawned little brothers that did the same over and over.
Mega Kanga.
Again, it's Crossheart VT10 again, right? Like that's kind of what we're looking at. It's a challenge. I'll miss him, but it's for the. I won't miss these 2.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo.
I had no joke. These are terrorists.
Yep.
This is another card that needs errating. Well, it's a card they should have errated a long time ago.
Like a year ago. What are we waiting for?
I'll cite Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll cite Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again, right? The Yu-Gi-Oh! Has like straight up banned cards for like infinite looping. Like they've banned the Yatagarasu. And it's still banned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Yada came back actually.
It came back.
I think they relented on Yada, I believe. I think
it's way harder to set up the lock now. And
it's gotten to the point where, but for the longest time, Yatagarasu had been banned because it just completely locked your opponent out. Catapult Turtle got errata because it was an FTK. Colossal Fighter or Armory Arm, I always forget which one got errata because you could infinite loop kill your opponent. This card had 5 infinite loops. And the decision to every time has been, we'll ban the other card. Or we'll pair ban them so you can't run them together.
It's now getting to the point where, especially I think the Leopardmon really tips it over the edge, because before you'd be like, the funniest one would be to pair ban Sayo and Co. with the entire Legend Arms archetype, just to be safe. But with like Leopard in CS piles, now like you'd also still have to get rid of Rowdy Rocket. Like there's so many ways to set up these loops now that they're getting better, and also players love finding it. Went from like, oh, this is like a one-off to like it's like speed running and glitch hunting. You've got these people that just like I've got to result. I've got to skip my opponent. I've got to turn this into a 1-player game stat.
I mean, the worst part of this in the Leopard file is using the CS engine lets this thing activate. Like it's it positively contributes to finding its win con. It's so I wrote off a good friend of the show, Henny Key, did a little bit of testing with the time mat loop when it's not as good as the other one. We moved along. And you see the Leopard loop and you're like, oh, that's not a joke. That is real. That one's bad. There's nothing left, man.
Just errata the cards. Just like Banda just needs to errata cards.
This one I think you could just kill, and you've got a new Sayo, you still have 2 tamers to play with the real pile. Sorry about this one.
It kills Grace Novamon, I think, if it goes.
Yeah, that's like my only. I want to keep it for Grace, but like realistically speaking, Apollo Ace like this.
Yeah, like I feel like they printed Apollo Ace very intentionally to be like we are taking this away from you, but we still want you to make Grace after your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. I think Grace Nova, frustratingly, is actually kind of an underwhelming level 7 boss monster if it's not for the fact that it's jump scaring your opponent when their pants are down. So with the context of this card being half that power budget, I kind of wonder where they'll go from here. Tom is right. If they errata it, things get better. But I have yet to see them do it. So
like they could just do it. They could just errata it and be like, guys, we're going to start errataing cards so that they're more balanced.
yeah.
No, they're just no, they just don't. They just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was I'll just do another pair ban, but I pair ban this card with half the game. So yeah, just kill it. O has never contributed anything positive to society.
They can hit it in like for the BT24 version. The problem is BT24 is in January,
February, I believe.
February. So it's like there's still 6 months before that. So like the grace pile is dead for 6 months if you hit it now, which is kind of why I'm a bit iffy.
Which would be crazy after printing Apollo money. In the it would be a real. We'll see.
All right, we've got
our final attendee here today at the courthouse. So there are. When I received the call, my summons to court today, I was told to make sure I brought in Sakuyamon and Talmon. But to be honest with you, gang, myself and my team of paralegals who are deeply underpaid and the public defenders who couldn't get time off work to see their family at the holidays, we all collectively agree that actually these cards are bullshit and they should all go. I put yellow on here, but they're all good. We can all go. Blue Scramble sucks. Red Scramble sucks. Green Scramble sucks. They all suck. It's so deeply unenjoyable to interact with Digimon with these cards. It would make Sakuyamon cool again, and it would stop us playing like everyone's half a purple deck. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I also hate generic stable.
Yeah, I'm kind of behind one. The more interesting one is like, ooh, pair ban yellow Scramble with Palmon or something.
I'm so done with like those discussions. The pair ban's not happening. Like they're not going to pair ban.
Yeah, they're going to tell
They did it twice, not even once. So it's
true.
They did
pair
twice.
ban two twice. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm forgetting what's the second. What's the second pair ban?
Shoto Mother.
That was it. Yeah. Yeah, they're not gonna pair ban an entire archetype with one of the best generic cards in the game. They're just not going to do it.
It's crazy.
I guess
I will publicly apologize on Twitter.
Blocker Box is not technically an archetype, but yeah, Shoto
no, it was like Mother Shoto wasn't an archetype. It was Black Hybrid was the archetype, but then also Davis ran it. I can't think. Well, I mean, D Reaper ran it as well, I guess. Omnizoo would run it. I think that was it.
To be honest, the only other major abuser was like Demon Lords. But they don't obviously have the egg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't generic enough. Like, Shoto is generic enough, but it wasn't generic enough that it was going into absolutely every deck and making them top. I think like the best instance of it was like Demon Lords. Demon Lords is not really. Well, yeah, that's true. But like this, like pair ban Scramble with Sakuyamon, like it doesn't solve anything. The next yellow archetype is just gonna like abuse it, and then we're gonna have the same issue. The cards inherently are really strong.
Yeah, strong. If one-ofs are going to be allowed in Digimon continually, this card being able to return one of Digimon cards is deeply unenjoyable for the long-term health of the game. The way that this is just uninteractable, speed it up from hand is just not a fun thing to play through. The like actual ability to reset on board from almost any position. Like it's strange that you have to justify how good your deck is at recovery when it loses the board state, when this exists and some decks have a one-card build board back.
Also a Night Raid security that loses the game on the spot.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
I wonder what they were thinking.
I also
That's
like.
my 2 cents.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
Scramble's killed.
Hello? Scramble killed him. Oh, he's
Scramble
back,
killed me,
chat
and then
room.
yeah. So I'm back, and I put my Digimon back on top of the deck as well.
Good stuff.
But so like the way you like beat Scramble is by not having anything on board, which promoted a particular playstyle that was very purple, right? You're like, I'm going to do all of my damage, I'm gonna hit you for all you're doing, and then I'm going to delete myself. So now your Scramble is off. Like Purple Hybrid was like the king of it. Because it would do its damage, chip you for one, chip you for one, chip you for one, and then just take themselves off board. And then set up the tamers to do it again, and then be like, I'm going to resolve Scramble. No, you're not. I don't have anything on board. So it promoted a very like purple and uninteractive game point where you had to have nothing on board just to counter it. And some decks could do it, and then other decks just like are unable to. So it's like the way to play around it isn't very intuitive.
The other like weird component of the design of Scramble, like I mentioned, is the recursion. I don't necessarily think that if a deck, like if you can whittle away at the Magnamon X's in your schmuck little raid pile or whatever, you can get through them. I think it's a challenging case to be made that they should be able to get them back consistently outside of a color like purple. I think some archetypes are intended to have like a resource, like there should be considerations to resource loss. This card also plays to deck out when conditioned. Like there are tons of things that Scrambles have changed because they're so generically powerful. And I think if the stronger cards in your deck are all generics, it's a sign for like a not necessarily healthy way to play a deck or a color. Like it's if everything you've got is 40 of the same cards somebody else is playing, it's a bummer.
Chat, we're making like really nuanced and intricate thought process here. Tom just wants to play Milligan.
Hey, I mean, they've just put new support in the villain bot.
Yeah. Tom just wants to play Milligan. And
arrest me, courtroom. I hate your decks. I love milling them. He's gonna play Bogger for 6 months. Of course, I'm milling him.
He's not wrong. I will be throwing. But yeah, that's gonna be us pretty much done for this week. This one ran a little bit longer than we thought it would. And it basically gave you a full podcast broken into 2. I'll try and get maybe the ban list discussion into 1 video. Probably won't. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Toms. It was fun. If you had your picks, did we talk about your picks? Did we miss any? Are you wondering why we didn't talk about Medieval Gallantmon?
You shouldn't do.
I forgot to send it to Tom as engagement bait before the podcast started. So that's why Medieval Gallantmon gets away with it this time. But that means we get to give you guys back your night or morning or wherever. But yeah, thanks for joining us for episode 51. Next episode will be technically 1 year of the podcast.
Weeks. What a scuffed fiesta that's been, huh?
Yep.
Real quick, like Andrew said at the top of this thing, but technically I suppose this is a separate stream now. Misplay for Game, second community event, name pending, something about bad guys, is coming out on October 11th in Manchester at local popular LGS Fanboy 3. It's on Hilton Street in Manchester. You'll be able to find it just by searching for it. Nice and easy. Check the YouTube video Andrew posted yesterday as time of recording. Go to the Misplay for Game Discord server. Check us out in the announcements channel. Tickets are up on a Shopify page we've got going. There's a Limitless page. All of the information will be available on the various channels you usually find this information on. We would love to have you there. It will be our case tournament. We'll have work from independent artists and community folks and lots of input from people since the last one we did have gone towards informing what kind of prizing we're going to make, how we're going to run the event. It's going to have stream stuff. It's going to be a big community happy day out. So we'd love to see you there. If you can't go and you're a channel member, but channel members got a discount, by the way. And if you're a channel member who can't go, get in touch in the members chat. We want to hear about maybe how you could contribute to somebody else showing up. That would be cool. October 11th, that's the head. October 11th, 2025, Misplay for Games, second case tournament, Fanboy 3, Hilton Street, Manchester, UK. Not Manchester, somewhere else. See you there.
Yeah, and it's been a while, but it's a thing that people always look forward to. The only reason we actually ever press the go live button multiple times actually today.
We nearly do 52 of these.
This time I remembered I had to turn desktop audio on for this.
We're still back.
No, we're actually.
Wait, how many? Oh, dang.